Hello, boys and girls. Thanks for tuning in, and welcome, as always, to The Joy of Piping, where this morning we are smoking a brand new Savinelli St. Nicholas. This is the 2022 edition. Of course, this is the 673 shape. That stem is beautiful. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of the green band, but the color of the stem is amazing. And inside the pipe, we are smoking Cornell & Deal's Habana Daydream. I've gone on a little bit of a kick lately where I'm watching old videos, and most of the videos I've been watching have been John Harden's old videos, matches 860. I almost said 673 because I'm holding the pipe. And I've gone back and revisited some of his videos when he talked about cigar leaf and the reason why he uses the 673 shape, or why he preferred the 673 shape. And it's been a great bit of nostalgia for me. And when I saw this become available on smokingpipes.com, I jumped at the chance to grab one. I've also picked up another blend, Cornell & Deal's Blue Ridge, because my wife and I have been discussing moving out towards the mountains, the Blue Ridge Mountains, of course, here in North Carolina. And while we haven't yet picked a place or a time or basically anything, it's something we've talked about a lot, especially since we got married, because we did go to Asheville after our wedding. I thought you might like to just enjoy a little bit of nature with me. My Sunday pipe meditations were supposed to be focused solely on this, the enjoyment of nature and quiet, ignoring the fact that life was difficult for a while. And while we're not completely back to normal just yet, things certainly feel far less stressful than they did. You know, the longer I have, this is my third 673 shape, the longer I have these, I completely understand now why John was able to puff so frequently on his. Is they are built, these Savinelli pipes, all of them basically are built to be smoked, and to be smoked heavily. Part of my meditation time is to clear my head. I always have a hard time kind of keeping a clear head. I have a hard time dealing with hot weather, and today is the second day that it's been comfortable for me. It was not but 3 days ago, I believe, where it hit 97, and with a feels like 100 degrees. And while that's not unusual for this state, it is certainly not enjoyable. This has been a very humid, very hot, very wet summer, and it's not something I enjoy at all. I really do not care for the heat, which is part of the reason we've discussed moving towards the mountains. Now, the nature sounds lately have been far different than they were 2 years ago when we went into kind of lockdown. And I don't know if it's that I've gotten used to them and I don't notice them anymore, or if it has gone back to kind of the way it was pre-pandemic. But this guy knows what I'm talking about. It's one thing I like about this backyard is it looks like it is in the middle of a forest most times. You can just barely see the house that sits behind us there. And this is all of theirs. That's my fence, obviously. And it does create a little bit of a boxed-in effect in my backyard, despite the fact that I have a neighbor on either side. I kind of enjoy that about this yard. So needless to say, enjoying nature is something I've really learned to appreciate the last couple years. And because it's been so hot, I haven't been able to sit out here and comfortably smoke a pipe in months now, which is an unenjoyable experience for me. An existence without a pipe is, having picked up pipe smoking probably, it's coming up on 12 years ago, I think. Having had it kind of fused its way into my DNA at this point, I can't imagine existence without it. It's been one thing that I have not enjoyed about this extreme weather that we've had over the course of this summer. It's that I can't smoke in the house, and it's just been too hot to come out here and enjoy. And this is an incredibly relaxing moment for me. I hope you guys are able to enjoy your relaxing moments a little more often than I am. Hopefully with the weather turning, that's going to be a little different. Lately, the only time I've been able to smoke anything was maybe a cigar on the golf course when I want to out with some buddies. And speaking of golf, that is something that I am working on to become a full-time golf instructor. It's something I've thought a lot about over the last couple of years. And while I am no PGA Tour player, I have been steadily working on my game, and I want to get to the point where, my ultimate goal is to have a business that is focused specifically on golf. And I guess that's part of the idea of moving too, is I've kind of got to get some pieces together to be able to do some of these things that I'd like to do. I don't know. I think I'm best when I just sit here and ramble. But today, I guess I'm so out of practice that there's not enough to ramble about. Really just enjoying the feeling of cool air, the comfort of nature, the quiet of the morning. The onset of autumn, if you will. The ability to sit here and finish a pipe. The fact that I haven't forgot how to pack a pipe. It has been so long since I've packed one. And I remember doing a video, must be just over a year ago now, where I was talking about focusing on packing a pipe, purity of technique, I'm pretty sure is what the video was called, where I focused on where I was going back to focusing on doing things the way they're meant to be done, focusing on the specifics of technique. It's things like weightlifting. You cannot become a good weightlifter. You cannot advance in weight unless you have the technique down, because technique is what's going to keep you from being injured. It's going to be what gives you the longevity to do something like that long term. Technique is kind of the end all be all when it comes to everything. Same thing with golf. You've got to have good technique to play well. And I haven't lost it. I like that when a pipe takes off on its own. It's one thing I've always liked about Savinelli is I think damn near every Savinelli pipe I have owned has smoked itself. The only one that I had a little bit of trouble with was a Savinelli Autograph from many, many years ago. It was a beautiful pipe, and if I had it now, with the experience that I have, I'm sure that I could have made it a much better pipe than what I felt it was at the time. But when you get one like this that's just smoking itself, this is the maiden voyage of this pipe, by the way. I figured it would be nice to come out here with a pipe that's never been smoked, with a tobacco I've never had, and visit with you for a while. And so far, I'm not disappointed. So, here's hoping that any time that you get to spend enjoying a bowl of your favorite tobacco is enjoyable. Any time that you get to spend out in nature is fruitful, and that the enjoyment, the slower parts of life, the things that make life worth living, are there for you, and that you have a chance to meditate and just enjoy things as they are. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this bowl, grab another cup of coffee, grab my guitar, get back to practicing for a little while, and hopefully see you guys again soon.